So here it is, guys. The video you've all been waiting for. My very first makeup tutorial. So if you want to see how I did this, keep watching. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Dana Linn Bailey!
Let's go! Do what I do! Work like I still got something to prove! Let's go! All I do! Work like I still got something to prove!
I haven't even said a line yet. What's up, everyone? Good morning. This is Dana Linn Bailey, former Miss Olympia turned makeup artist. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just pretending. So I wanted to see what you guys wanted to see from my YouTube channel. And this was somehow number one, was skincare and makeup. So I somehow am good enough to fool you guys into thinking I know what I'm doing, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to do a basic everyday look, what I would normally do, and try to explain myself why I use certain products and where I put them and why I put them. Sometimes I don't even know. It's a makeup tutorial for a regular person. So let's go. So it's first thing in the morning. I just like to wash my face. So let me go do that real quick. Hold on. All done. All right, well, seriously, I did wash my face. Now, everyone wants to know, besides like today, I like hit myself in the nose, so I have a big red spot right there. But I generally have pretty clear skin. I use two things that I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to use, especially every single day. And the funny thing is, I don't even get name brand stuff. So I use apricot scrub because I like the way it feels. I like that my skin just, like, I got all that dead layer of skin off. And I don't even use the St. Ives. I go for top care. Why am I gonna spend an extra $2 on something that works exactly the same? So, and I also use, this looks really gross because it was in the shower, but I use bar soap afterwards because after that, like, sometimes there's still like little scrubbies on my face. So I like to use, this is just a bar soap that Rob and I have been sampling. It's a charcoal bar soap that our friend is in the works of making, so we're kind of being test dummies, and I actually like it a lot. Comment below what I'm actually supposed to use. Feel free. I'm telling you, I'm being truthful, telling you exactly what I use. Afterwards, again, this is just a like CVS brand maybe. I then go in with a moisturizer. Just a little dab do ya, because we'll be getting to some primer stuff afterwards. So usually forehead, cheeks, rub it all in. Hopefully I have no bugs. Will you tell me if I have bugs in my nose? Oh, my skin's pretty normal. It's not overly oily, it's not overly dry. It is red, probably because I just scrubbed the shit out of it. So I do have redness, and that's why I generally will do makeup. So, first on the list, and this is something new to my arsenal. I had a friend teach me about it. It's a primer. I've never used a primer before, so I've only been using a primer for the last year. Again, this is just Ulta brand. How am I supposed to hold it? I feel like they go like this. And then they're like, see? I'm so good at this. In no particular reason why I use it. It looked cool. It gives me a little bit of a shimmer. So, and I don't even know if I use it correctly. I will tell you where I put it, which is generally where like the makeup tends to, I think I would just put too much on. Let me rub it in. Cheeks, chin, little on the nose, and then forehead. I watched a tutorial before this just to see what I was supposed to do, and she used the analogy. It's like priming like when you're painting walls, you prime it before you paint it so the paint looks better. So good. Most of my stuff is not like, it's like CVS brand, Walmart, Target, whatever. The only two things that I use, or right now that I'm using that I think is pretty expensive, and I don't know if anyone knows it, but this is RMS Beauty. It's a full coverage. I just go really light on it, and I'm holding 2 up because I'm using 2 right now. So this one is what I wear in the winter when I'm super pale, which I'm still a little pale, but I'm starting to get a little bit of sun. So I'm like in between these two. So we're gonna mix them together to create what paste I'm gonna paste on my face. So I just put a little dab of both and kind of mix it around. And I use a sponge. I know most people feel like you use like a brush like this. I feel like one, this is a lot faster, and I feel like you get swirl marks with like using a brush. So I like the little ball thing. I wet it, so it's nice. I damp it every time I use it, so it's totally damp, and then I dry it off. And then I just do a little bit of this action. One there, one there, one there. Definitely one there, whatever happened there. Can I just say, I feel super vulnerable right now. The lights are really bright, so my skin is extra, like you can see every mark on my face. How do you guys do this? So I just kind of just do a super light. I try to avoid like my eyes a little bit. 37 guys, I got wrinkles. And it's just to get an evenness because my skin is super uneven. Little blotchy, a little red. Feels weird. I'm really far away from a mirror right now. I don't really know how they do this and make it look so good. So my one tip is don't forget your neck. I hate when you can see someone like, they like stop right here. All right, next up, this is something I don't actually use very often. I'm gonna end up and probably mess everything up, but this is the concealer. I heard it's really good. I don't even know what this is. What is the UD one? I use their setting spray. Whatever that brand is, that's the one I'm using. I just have maybe like just one little pimple, and I don't actually like that little, it's a little mole, but it's not like, it's like a weird color. I should probably get that checked out. We're gonna do a little dab there, and I think you're supposed to go under your eyes, but I don't like the way that looks. I feel like I smile so much, so it creases. So I don't actually, I just do like if I have a little trouble spot, and then I just, oh, that didn't really do anything. We'll pretend it did something. Next is usually a translucent, which I don't have. Usually I will just get a Laura Geller, and this is just like a cheap brand. And I don't really put on that much. I use it more like a translucent, because right now I feel like very dewy, I look moist, so I kind of just want to get rid of that like moist. This color, this is just the light. This is my favorite. Ulta needs to bring Laura Geller back. They like don't have her in the store anymore. So I just get a little bit on, and I really just like, almost just like powder. Just like you would with a translucent, it just has a little bit of color. So I'm gonna do blush last. I'm gonna do a super basic eye. This is like if I had a shoot that day. Eyes are literally, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just learned how to do the swoopy. You're supposed to swoop it around. I would just like brush it on like this. So we're gonna do an all over color. And I generally will try to pick something that goes over top of like my whole lid, up to my eyebrow, just like a shade lighter than what my skin tone is. So we're gonna go with this guy. And again, this is just Ulta brand, whatever, the naturals. I generally only use 3 colors at the very most. So this is gonna be my all over. I don't think this is even really the right brush you're supposed to use. I don't really know the difference. I mean, it goes on, right? It goes on. So I'll do a little bit all over, which helps for the next color, which we're not doing anything crazy. Maybe that guy. Oh, this is MAC. This is expensive. I don't even know where I got this from. I just do a little all over. I don't know, it's kind of like a primer for the main color. So my main color is just gonna be a little bit darker than my skin. So we're gonna actually go, so we did that color. I'm gonna do that color, I think. I feel like that's like a little too, that's like night out in the town, I think. So we're going for a little basic, so we're going right there. So this is the new trick that I learned. Number 1, I usually get like a little piece of tissue and I just put it under my eye and hold it there because I don't want it to get all over the place. My other tip is I used to just do this thing where you just go like that, and someone taught me that you're supposed to swirl it, and that gives it that like blown out look. Comment below if this is even close to right. So I'm just doing the crease and that's about it. And this helps to kind of give that effect, whatever effect that is, where it goes up. And over to the other side. How's that look? That's pretty good, I think. So right underneath. Just a little swirl, do you see that? Just a little swirl action. If I'm feeling adventurous, I do the very, very lightest color. So we're gonna do the white just right on, oh, that's really white. Just under the brow. We're gonna have to blend that a little bit. To highlight the brow bone, right? I think that's right. And I also do a little bit in the corner of my eye. I saw someone do that because it brightens up your eyeball. I think that works. So just right in that corner. Again, don't look at the brush I'm using. It's probably wrong. I hope this helps you guys. I hope it makes you realize that like you're actually not so bad at makeup, and I'm pretty terrible. So ta-da! Now, because I have a photo shoot, I'm gonna feel super sexy. I do like the tiniest little wing. I'm gonna have to leave camera because I'm so shaky that I'm never gonna be able to do it from here. One, you're in my way of my mirror, and I need to be close because as soon as I get close to my eye, my hand shakes. So I have to be like on the mirror. So I'll show you in 1 second, but we're just doing literally the very corner, and I just do just a little baby wing up. Literally just the corner. I forgot to tell you what I'm using. This is the Soap and Glory Super Cat. I used to only use pencil because pencil I feel like it's not as easy to mess up. This is like a little liquid tip. So I get very nervous. I don't even think. Hi Kaya! I don't even know if I do it right. It's just to give a slightly different shape to my eyes. It goes up a little bit. So Next up, we have brows, which again, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just found, I'll show you the new one I found. So I just like to, one, brush them out a little bit. So these are my natural brows. Any microbladers watching this video right now, contact me ASAP. I can't travel to you, so if you can come to Montana and microblade, I don't ever want to do eyebrows. And mine aren't bad, there's just like, if you look close, like there's spots where I'm just like missing hair. I'll give away my age, I'm 37, but in my day, eyebrows were not cool. It was really cool to have the skinniest, thinnest eyebrows in the entire world. I remember looking back, it looked like I didn't have any, but so I've been trying to grow these guys out for a very long time, but they're just like missing spots. So I comb them out, and then I'm using, again, this is just from Target, Makeup Obsession. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's like a thick, like almost like paste-ish. And then I just get this little angled brush, boop, boop. I do a little dab-a-doo-ya. And again, I'm probably gonna have to go close to the mirror, but I don't change the shape of my brow. I don't know how to do that. I literally will just darken it, and then any of the like little open spaces, I just like fill in that open space and I just make it darker. Yep, I gotta get closer. Little do you guys know, right now we have a vegan staring at me with the camera, but they're both boys. We got Carlos here and Jake's here. I'm pretty sure girls do this by themselves, but we wanted like the magical light and a good camera for you guys. So I just used this stuff. I just darkened everything. So I go back to this little pencil. I used to only use this, but then I found that other stuff. This actually does have a pencil on, but I don't really use it anymore. Now I just kind of use it. I just brush them out. Brush those puppies out. All right, we are almost done, guys. Normally this doesn't take that long, but I think all the explaining kind of takes a little bit. So now it's just blush and mascara, and then we're all in. I'm just gonna go a little bit underneath my eye, just for any of that loose powder. If you have a translucent, that's probably what it's for. Again, I'm just using this. All right, for blush, I have this, Jen Bailey got me like this whole brush set. I don't know if this is the brush I'm supposed to use for blush, but this is the one I use, and it's so pretty. Again, back to Ulta. This is my favorite color. It's Pink Prosecco. I don't know if you can read that from here. I don't do any contouring. I don't do any highlighting. I think this blush, with how shimmery it is, you don't really need it. Plus, I don't really know where it all goes, so we just do a little bit just on my cheek and up. And then I'm gonna smooth out that line just a little bit. And that's pretty much it. So, all right, last, crucial. This is the only thing I think I'm good at, which is mascara. So my trick is, I use 2 different kinds usually. I'm in between these guys right now. So number 1, I prime it. So my primer is just L'Oreal's Voluminous. It's that like white stuff that you put on beforehand. It just thickens them up. I have a hair right there. There we go. It just makes them longer and thicker. Normally I would also curl them. One thing with me, I usually have very stick straight eyelashes. I just started. It's also a new thing that I'm obsessed with, is getting my lashes lifted. So you go, they call it like a lift and tint, so they can tint them, they can make them black or whatever color I guess you want. A lift and tint. So for all you girls out there that wear the lash extensions and how expensive that is and all the maintenance, and you have to like wash your face like this. I tried them once and they're amazing and I got super obsessed with them. But the maintenance, and like when they would fall out, you're like, oh, there's $5. Like another one fell, oh, there's another $5. Like, ugh. So try out a lash lift and tint. It will do wonders. And I don't really like curling them because I don't think that's really good for your eyelashes. I mean, the lash lift and tint, I don't even know if that's good, but at least I don't have to curl them anymore. So we're just gonna put a thin layer of white on. So you just do a little bit of this. So now that's on, I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. I hope I'm looking better than when I started. And then the reason I use two is this one is more of a separator and then this one is for thickness. I always feel that if I just do this, it's like super clumpy. So I usually will start with this. I'll show you the brush, just like that. So it's like little rubber, they look like little rubber spikes. So I do really thin layer, making sure that like the lashes are separated because I don't like big clunky. And honestly, if they look good with this, then I'll be fine with that. But a lot of times I'll then put this over top and then it'll make them thicker. So I'll be back. So this was just using this guy. It's a brand new one, so I'm kind of afraid. I don't think I'm gonna put the other one over top because it is a little bit thick already. And then for the bottom, I basically just put it on and I wiggle them back and forth. So then you get the bottom. I just gotta find my setting spray, but I think we're done. So eyeballs, I let them dry a little bit. Sometimes I'll put like another coat after they dry. So let them dry fully and then I'll probably take the same exact brush, try to take some of the excess off and like I'll do another layer on top. So last step is the set, yeah. I was like, what is this? So this is like a 3-in-1. I don't use this at the beginning. Again, this is just a CVS or Walgreens brand. I used to use that, it's like completely empty. This one, you can get it all to Urban Decay. That's what this guy was. Urban Decay. Again, this is something new to me that I didn't know was a thing. All of this is new to me. Someone taught me how to do most of this. This is empty, but this is my favorite one. It makes your makeup last forever. Like I will do this in the morning and it will last all the way, even through training. My makeup pretty much stays pretty good. So I just spritz it over top. Let that dry. Take my hair out so I don't look so crazy. Probably redo my hair for you guys. So the final touch is usually chapstick, but we're gonna go fancy and we're gonna use just a little lip gloss. I don't really like color. I feel like it's like too much. I just like them kind of skin tone. Sometimes I like when there's makeup on them, so they're like kind of look exactly like my skin, and then I'll just put a gloss over top. But this is it. This usually takes me not nearly as much time as it did explaining it, but I can get this all done in about 5 minutes. This is a 5-minute look. My general rule of thumb is, I think most guys, Jake, would you agree? Most guys don't really like makeup. Do they like makeup?
Not too much.
See, not too much. So I think this is more of, now again, this isn't what I would wear on a regular basis. Usually on a regular basis, I would do foundation, a little bit of blush, and mascara, and then eyebrows, obviously. And that's it. I wouldn't really put any liquid eyeliner on. I wouldn't put any eyeshadow on. But this is if I know I'm gonna be on camera or if I have a shoot today. I think it's just a little extra, but I think it's also a little not so overdone. It's a light finish, and I don't know, what do you guys think? Don't look at my hair, I didn't do my hair yet. We'll do my hair for the final picture, but guys, you've been asking about this for so long. I feel a little vulnerable even sharing this because I know I don't use all the correct stuff, and all the makeup artists are gonna come out of the woodwork and have to give me all their thoughts, which I appreciate, but just don't make fun of me. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to show people what I do. So this is for someone that needs to look good for a photo, but not look overly done. And also for someone that doesn't really know what they're doing, this is very simple, basic, everyday look for the common girl. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I don't know what I'm doing, but I hope it helped some of you, or at least made you feel better about yourself that you actually know what you're doing. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like it, and if you are new to this, subscribe so you do not miss out on another YouTube video from me, coming at you with some different videos other than fitness. Thanks guys. That would do ya, right? What am I doing here?
Yeah, this could be, you could get.
This could be my
This could be the one!